What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to TWR. I hope you are all doing well and taking care of yourselves. As I said in the last video, I would be busting out multiple videos today. So yes, I am still in the exact same clothes as the other video because it is the same exact day. Now, I know I said in my last video that I was going to try to show you all the animals and all the ones that you knew before, as well as the new ones and yada yada yada. However, I decided that was likely going to go on for a really long time, and it was important for me to try to break that up and maybe make as many video content as possible. So I was going to break this up into different things. So this video, today we are just going to be talking about the animals that I have yet to show you, the ones you have not met yet. And that does not include this guy here. This over here is Tigger. For those of you who have been in my channel long enough, you know that he's been with me for a while. He is a tiger rat snake. I had to bring him out because he was right up at the glass, just kind of rub-nosed and really wanting to come out, and so I decided to just go ahead and bring him out to hang out with me during this video. So like I said, today I want to introduce you to all the animals that I have gotten over the last couple of months that I have not had the opportunity to share with you on this channel. So some of those animals most of those animals actually came after starting to work at Hometown Pets, which is my new job at the pet store here locally here in Springfield and Eugene, Oregon. And so I've gotten a lot of animals since I've started working there, and I kind of want to share those with you. So I'm very, very excited to do that. I'm going to go ahead and get Tigger away. There are going to be some of these animals that I am not going to actively handle because they can't be handled, or other reasons that I will explain once it gets time to talk about those animals. So, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and Tigger away, and then we're going to get started with sharing these animals with you. I'm super excited to share them with you. I'm super excited for you all to see these members of this family and who are all now a part of this TWR channel and this world. So, let's get started. Alright, so I thought I would just go ahead and start with the smallest of the newest additions to this family here. And that, as you can see back here, we have my arachnid little stations where I have all of my tarantulas. And it has grown quite a bit. If anybody who's been with me long enough knows, a couple of years back I got my very first tarantula. I have a huge fear of spiders. And so I had gone to a reptile expo, had a tarantula put in my hand, realized it was not that bad, and got my first tarantula, which was a curly hair, and that's the big fella over there. And then I later on got pink toe, which ended up passing away. But those were my very first two tarantulas, and that was a good couple of years back. And now, as you can see, my collection has grown a bit, and so I wanted to take time to just kind of show you what I have now, and what's new anyway. I won't go over all the older ones, but I will show you what's new, which is, well, most of them. So let's go ahead and get a little bit closer up so that we can see what's going on. Alright, first up we're going to talk about is this beauty down here. You can barely even see her, and that's okay, because she's not even as beautiful as it's going to be. I'm saying she, and I don't really honestly know the gender of this particular tarantula, but this is a Panama blonde, and it is going to grow up to be such an amazing, amazing creature. I'm going to look for a picture that I can put up here to show you what that will look like when it's actually full grown. So, very excited for that one there. Then I've got these two over here. Now this one down here we may absolutely never see. It's pretty skittish, and you know, and sometimes I can see it with just myself, but if I try to pull out a camera, put some light on it, whatever, it goes hiding away. And as you can see, there's a moat right there, so it is definitely staying in there and protected for right now. But that is my Borneo black tarantula. It's an old world species, definitely probably the most advanced of the tarantulas that I have right now. It's supposed to be a pretty wild, really wild-tempered tarantula and a pretty mean bite. So definitely one that is going to be taking extreme care. But I'm very excited to watch it grow up because it's going to look gorgeous. It's going to look absolutely stunning, and I'm super excited for its adult form. And on top here, we have a pumpkin patch, which is also hidden away, because as you can see there is a moat that was recently done sometime in the last day, because I definitely saw it yesterday morning, but I'm not seeing it now, and that moat was not there last night. So molted sometime in the night, and it is now obviously tucking itself away for safety. It is obviously pretty soft when they molt, so they got to be safe and skittish and keep them so safe. But that is a pumpkin patch tarantula, and also going to be really, it's stunning now. It's already got its really stunning vibrant orange and black markings, but it's going to look even better as it gets older, as tarantulas usually tend to do. Moving on over here, we have this gorgeous beast here. It is still just in its brown, basic looking shape, color right now, but this is a Brazilian black tarantula, and I am very, very excited for this one as well. Just as excited as the Borneo black, only more so because these ones can be a little less skittish than the Borneo black, and they're a lot calmer, and they can be a bit more hands-on. Not that I will probably do much hands-on with these tarantulas. I usually just don't, but this one is calmer and more relaxed, and so I will get to be able to appreciate its black beauty as it gets older a little bit more so than I probably will with the Borneo black. But I'm excited to have both of them. And over here, which is not visible right now because it's burrowed up underneath that there piece of cork. It needs a lot more going on in here, but for now it burrowed itself like literally the day after I got it home, and it has been in there ever since. I did get a little bit concerned and kind of peeked up under it and saw some really white pink legs, and so I'm guessing that it is just like finished its molt and is not going to come out until it is ready to eat, which is kind of tends to be obviously based off of the research I've done on what they do. But I haven't actually told you what it is. So this is a pink salmon bird eater tarantula. It's only about an inch big right now. It's still small, pretty much still a baby. So I'm very excited about this. Will be absolutely the largest tarantula that I will own at some point when it gets to its full grown size. But I'm very excited about that one as well. I will definitely try to get some footage for you when it actually finally surfaces, so that we can actually see what that beauty is looking like. And last but not least, this is the most beautiful tarantula in my collection, hands down right now. This is the golden blue leg baboon, and I am absolutely head over heels in love with this tarantula. I mean, like, my camera cannot possibly do it justice. I don't think really any camera could really do it justice. I mean, it's absolutely stunning. It's just so gold, and right now it only just has hints of blue, and you know, I've watched videos of them. I've seen them as adults, so I know they're not going to be absolutely starking blue, but maybe it'll get a little bit more blue tinted than it is right now. But either way, it is absolutely stunning. Just that gold with the contrast to that like gray steely blue is just absolutely amazing, and I absolutely love this tarantula so much, and I'm looking forward to watching it grow a bit. It won't get super big, but it is still going to be an impressive rest of tarantulas. So yeah. Alright, so that is all of our tarantulas. Those are the smallest, newest creatures that I've gotten, and almost every single one of those came from my new job, with the exception of the Panama Blonde. That was a Craigslist find. But yeah, those are all the newest tarantulas. I didn't show you all the ones. There's only just a few others which I already had, which was the curly hair and my Mexican red rump. Those ones I already had, so they weren't nothing I needed to show you again no time soon. So but yeah, that's my tarantula collection, and so I'm gonna move on over now to my frogs. So now, those of you who have been on my channel long enough knows I've never had really frogs before. There was a period of time a while back when I'd taken in some African dwarf aquatic frogs. I found them on the side of the road, and I had those for a while until the end of their life. And so, and that was a fun experience, but I'm not a big aquatic person again. I was not experienced want to go down that road again. But I do have some tree frogs, and some other frogs that I want to show you. So, but let's start with the tree frogs. Now, those are not ones that I could just easily show you, but I'm going to put some footage over here. These are glass tree frogs, and they are super, super, super cute. I love these little guys. I mean, you don't get to see much about them, but I just can stay up late sometimes. You know, as soon as I turn off my lights, I put on my like lower Christmas lights in my bedroom, give them a tank a little mist, and within about 20 or 30 minutes, I'll just like say I randomly see just a leaf move, and they'll just like hopping around and just kind of going all over the place and doing random little things. But of course, as soon as I like try to pull out a phone and lights come on, they think, oh, it's daytime, time to settle down again. And so I can't get a lot of great footage of these amazing little creatures, but I absolutely love them. I love them so much. I love to watch them at night when I can. And this right here is probably the best part of them all, and that is just that they are completely transparent on the bottom, and I don't get to see this much and now that they are in this type of setting, because they usually stay on the plants. But this transparent bottom that they have is just so beautiful, because you can see their little hearts moving and all that cute stuff, and I absolutely love it so much. So yeah, when these came into the pet store, I was like, oh my gosh, they're so cool. There's no way I can walk out of here without them. So I got a couple, and I ended up having some casualties with those as well during that long period of time that I was without my animals, and we lost a couple. By the time I actually got some, there were 2 that had died, and I only had 1, so I ended up having to get 2 more, and so now there are 3 of them in there, and they're doing really great. I just have them in a small Exoterra, I think mini tall, I think is what that's in, and it's got some 2 plants in there that are still potted. At some point I want to do a future video with them where I will show you taking out that and actually planting some plants in there. I'm probably not going to keep those plants, but a future video involving that for them is coming, and so I'm very excited to share that with you. And next up are these super, super cuties. These are my chonks. I have this really adorable tomato frog. It's so cute. Just look at it. Look at it. It's just so thick. It's so cute, and I love it so much. And I'm so happy I have it. It's just this little tiny mini Exoterra right now, but eventually it's gonna get into at least a 10-gallon tank. And then next we have this cute chunk right here, and this is an albino Pac-Man frog. I also love this thing so much. I mean, real talk, they're just like the most inactive creatures you can even imagine. You just don't see them move much. They're ambush critters, and this is what they do. But being able to just kind of look in on them all the time, and I come in and mist them down and fill up their water, or at least the Pac-Man, you know, the tomato frog's water or whatever, and just kind of just look in on them. They're just so cute, just sitting there all loafed out. And when you do manage to see them eat, they're just the doofiest little things. They just kind of throw themselves at the food, and I absolutely love them. You know, it's interesting that I've come to be a person who now has frogs, because I never really saw myself being a big amphibian keeper. But I've grown to really appreciate a lot of different animals since I really started working at this pet store, and frogs are one of them. And so it's definitely nice to expand from just being the snake keeper to having more reptiles besides just snakes, and amphibians, of course, to share on my channel. And so I'm very excited to have these cuties, and I'm very excited that they're here. And as I upgrade them, they too will get videos, and you will see more of them. And also, neither of them have a name, so if you have name ideas, drop those in the comments so that they can get named. And I'm gonna work on making some little name tags for all of my animals, and then if your name is chosen, it will be there, and you will see it, and it will be represent you and your support to this channel and all that good stuff. So those are the frogs. Let's move on. Alright, and next up is this adorable cutie right here, this super cute little Crescent Gecko. He is adorable. I'm saying he again. I haven't actually sexed it to make sure that that is what it is. This little cutie was in our shop for a while. There were 3 of them originally, but the other 2 were, no lie, by far the more attractive of the bunch. And so this little guy was definitely not quite as attractive as its siblings that came in, and so definitely stuck around around a bit, and also was really hidey. So just was just like not trying to be seen, and therefore nobody really ever took him. But I now have this cutie, and I am super happy to own it. It is so cute. I'm super excited to have this experience with this particular animal. Crescent geckos are really ones that I have seen a lot of, and I said that if I ever got to a period in life where I'm like, okay, I'm looking to get a more lizard-like pet rather than just a snake, it would definitely be a crescent gecko. And I now have this super adorable creature, and I'm very excited to have him or her a part of our family now. And as soon as I get a more confirmed gender on this creature, I will know. However, I also still don't have a name, so maybe something gender neutral. If you got good names out there, let me know. I usually often do a lot of Disney type things or movies or characters of such. So if you have good name suggestions, go ahead and drop those below so we can get this cutie named as well. Look at it go. Look at it. Oh my goodness, where you going? Where you going? Huh? What are you doing? Look at it. Look at it. Look at the camera. Oh my god. So cute. Absolutely cute. Will you focus? I'm gonna focus. So adorable. So adorable. So, yeah, this is the newest little lizard in the home. And it is a crescent gecko, unnamed. So if you've got some name suggestions, let me know. I'm ready to hear them. So, alright. Now, next up on the new pet list are these two cutenesses right here. Two beautiful little leopard geckos. Now this one here is looking like it's just about to do some shedding here, but they are both absolutely cute as a button. Oh my god, just look at it. Look at it. Now, I believe one of them was a normal, and the other one is a Max Snow, I believe. Honest to goodness, I've already forgotten which one is which, because when they were labeled these things, but I was like, I don't know if this is necessarily correct, because they both look like not necessarily normal. And so I don't really know really what happened there. I do believe that this is the one that was labeled as a normal, and this is the one that was labeled as a Max Snow. So both are super cute, super derpy. I'm definitely this a thing to hold them both at the same time at this angle, but here we are. So yeah, these are two super cute leopard geckos. I've had leopard geckos on this channel before. I did a rescue with some leopard geckos and for a while back. But you know, if you have been on my channel for a while, you remember there was a big period where I actually downsized, and I got rid of quite a number of animals because I just did not have the space and capacity to care for them the way that they need to be cared for. Oh no, dive! Come here, you. Good pillow safe. And so I had to downsize, but those guys were okay. They were healthy, and they went off to do educational animals with a teenager, and I think they have been doing really good in life. So that being said, I decided I really did want to get some more leopard geckos. I've been really wanting them a long time now, and now that I am in a better space mental health wise and just caring for myself and my own needs and knowing what I'm capable of and not making decisions based off of somebody else's concerns, I decided that I was going to get some new leopard geckos, and these guys came into the store. There was two of each, two normals, two Max Snows, and I took one of each of those. And so that is these guys, and they also don't have names. So there's a lot of names options here. So if you are dropping out some names and maybe the ones didn't get picked for some of the other animals, but it might get picked for these ones. So there's a lot of naming to be done here. As I've been really throwing myself more into just like getting the care and everything done and less, naming, and so I'm very excited to have them and get them named. So if you've got a name, go ahead and drop it in the comments and we will choose something for these cute little babies. And the very last animals that's going to actually make an appearance on the channel, there are two others that I need to talk about, but this is the last one we're going to visibly see, and that is this beauty right here. This is a, I believe, it was something snow. It was something, maybe it's just a snow, but it is a milk snake, and I believe the morph is snow. Oh, so stunning. I mean, you can just barely see the white markings there. In this video, at least from my end, it looks like it's showing up as super white, but it's actually like pretty tinted pink, with just the white banding. But it's absolutely a stunning little cutie here. Was also just kind of in the store for a long while, not really getting purchased, mostly probably because it just stayed hidden, like burrowed most of the time, and people can't really see it. But yeah, it was there, and I kept looking at it. I would take it out and give it some handling, and ultimately just really fell in love with it and decided I want it and I'm taking it home. And so I did. And now it is a part of TWR, and you will get to watch her grow just like I will get to watch her grow. I don't think we actually know the gender of this particular one yet. There are multiple snakes I need to take in, well, multiple animals I need to obviously get properly gendered. I don't need to, but I guess I should. But yeah, so this is a cutie. It does not have a name. I thought something Elsa-like, but I don't know if I really want to go that route. It seems just so obvious. But yeah, I'm excited for this super adorable cutie to grow. It's super amazing right now, and I'm excited for you all to finally get to see it. It's so cute. Just look at it. Look at the little face. Oh my goodness. So, yeah. Last two snakes I want to talk about. I'm going to go ahead and put this cutie back so that I can just talk a little bit more about it without kind of feeling like I'm stressing this one out. This one's really not super used to handling, but I don't want to stress it out and, you know, just put it in any kind of bad place. So I'm going to go ahead and take him and put him back inside of its little tub now, as that's what I'm keeping it in for the time being until it gets some more size on it. Then I'll get it into an enclosure. But for right now, it's doing that good old tub life, a decent tub life. So don't worry, no concerns there. Alright, so last but not least, the last two snakes that I have are really experimental. I've had them before, and have not had much luck. Only this time I'm getting them for a different purpose. Rather than just getting these creatures because they're gorgeous, I'm getting them as a personal goal, and to do my part to learn more about this very elusive, not really elusive, they can be found, but like this animal that we just don't know about. We just cannot seem to get enough information about these particular snakes, and that is the Sunbeam Snake. Now, you probably already know, now that I've said the name, why I'm not handling this snake. Sunbeam Snakes are highly stressed out creatures, and can be easily stressed to death. So, we don't handle Sunbeam Snakes. It is not something that you get to handle regularly. It does not make the greatest snake in captivity for that very reason if you are a person who likes to handle snakes. They don't even make great snakes in captivity if you're like the person who just likes to look at snakes, because these snakes spend literally 98% of their lives underground, in the dirt, in mud, and guck, and watery dirtiness of like the Asian like rice fields, and that's just what they do, just sloshing around the murky waters, dirt, nastiness. And so we don't get to see them much, and we have not necessarily even mastered all that we need to do for them in captivity to make them thrive. I don't think there are any, if not very few, like one or two maybe, breeders of these particular snakes successfully bred at all in captivity. And so this is because we don't know much about them. We don't even know how to keep them thriving in captivity. I know one of the biggest things is that every single one that you're going to come across, if you see it for sale, is a wild-caught animal. And I think a lot of people will end up getting these animals and not realizing, okay, this is a wild-caught animal, it needs this extra thing, aka you need to immediately take it to a vet and get it treated for the parasites that it is absolutely going to have. Many people don't do this. They get this animal and they just take care of it like they think they need to, with maybe some wet soil, because nobody knows enough about it to give up their sure, this is exactly how we're supposed to keep these animals. Nobody knows any, so they just do it, and then it hits fatality. So it sucks. They're rough species. We don't know much about them. I don't know what the draw is. It's just hard to find them, to monitor them in the wild, or if there's just not enough funding that's going into finding out more about the species. But regardless, we don't know much about them at all. So what I would like to do is, I have gotten myself what I believe is a pair. I need to get them confirmed sex myself with somebody who works in our store, but I got what was, I believe, is a pair. I have two goals here. I want to experiment with the different keeping ways that we do with them. I think often we just kind of like, we have them in tubs, which what they're in now, with some cocoa fiber or something like that, that's going to hold a lot of moisture in the water bowl, and like that's it, because then they're going to spend time on the ground. They don't need anything else. I would like to explore with, having an enclosure or a tub or something large enough where we can have a huge water, like a nice good, like mostly water-based, to really create that sense of being in those Asian rice paddies, like where it is just sloshing water and debris and dirt, while also giving them kind of a drier but still humid, muddy section, but also lots of water. And so I want to experiment with figuring out how to make a gradient type of enclosure like that, where they get that sense of, oh, I'm sloshing, there's slosh water, of moving them to drier but still humid, moist land. I want to figure that out and see if we play around with that, as well as the temperatures, figuring out what, we don't know much about when they even breed in the wild, so we can't figure out what we need to do in captivity to make that happen. So I want to tweak and try all the different things. This may never have anything come of it. I may get no more information than anybody else knows. I may never hit them to breed. It may still end fatally, even if I take them in and get them checked and stuff and treated for parasites. It may still end in death. They're not super expensive snakes, so it really was just kind of an investment of just this project that I want to try. I want to experiment with, and I want to see what happens. So these beautiful snakes are here, and I love Sunbeam snakes. I will hopefully be able to get some footage with them the next time I actually go in and take them out for a checking. I will absolutely make sure that I get footage of them so that you guys can see these particular ones, and not just some random picture that I take off of Google. So yeah, Sunbeam snakes. Oh my god, I can't believe I almost just did that. That is not the last animal that I have yet to share. There is one more beauty around here, brand spanking new, and I am beyond excited to share this with you. How could I almost forget this? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is coming to the end now, and we are obviously saving the best for last. Shh, don't tell the others I said that. But honestly, of all of my newest invivals in this house, this is the most amazing. This is the most stunning. She is the most beautiful, and she is hands down right now my favorite in my entire collection. Shh, don't tell the others that. And that's mostly because, just look at her. She is absolutely stunning. This girl here is an 18-year-old Dominos Boa. She is 18 years old, y'all, and she has done some breeding in her life, and I believe that she may very well be retiring here. Now, I say believe and may very well, because the fact of the matter is, if you've been with my channel long enough, you know that I do have a young male Dominos Boa, and at 18 years old, she's not necessarily done breeding, so it could be something that I experiment with in life. But for now, she is just a pet, and that is not something that I'm going to be thinking about anytime soon, because I am in an apartment, and I'm still trying to just get my life settled to be comfortable and happy. So this beautiful girl is a lovely, lovely, lovely addition to our home, and I am so happy to have her. She's so cute and huge. Boy, I tell you, she's so long. She is super long. Like, really, I gotta say, I think she's easily about 5, maybe 5.5 feet. She's long. She's a big girl, but absolutely stunning. Is in reasonably good shape. Could do with probably a little bit more feeding, but it's overall in good shape. They don't need to be, honking creatures. They don't need to be super, super thick. They are medium-sized snakes. But I mean, look at her. Look, this is a large girl. This is a large girl, but I would still say that a beginner could absolutely manage a snake like this because they're just so easygoing. Now, she did have a little bit of cage defensiveness when I first got her, but I think we've worked that out already. Like, we haven't had any issues since I first pulled her out of the tank at the store. Once I got her home, I've let her chill. She comes out willingly. I open the door. She is ready to roll out and explore and then go hide and cuddle up somewhere. Like, she's an amazing snake. And I absolutely say that Dominos Boas make fantastic beginner species, even though they get this large, because, I mean, they are still absolutely manageable. It's almost just like holding, like 2 ball pythons in a row. Like, they're just long, but they're still relaxed and they're still calm, and they're not super heavy, and you could absolutely manage this snake by yourself. But yeah, I'm not gonna go on the whole rant about that, but yeah, this girl is absolutely gorgeous, and I love her so much. So I'm super excited to have her as a part of our lovely family there. All right, and so that is going to be it for us today. We are going to go ahead and wrap this up. We are going to have me and Beatrix here just going to kind of hang out and chill for the rest of the day. I might let her roam out for a little bit until she curls up somewhere. Yeah, so I'm very excited to be able to share all these animals with you. I can already see that this is going to be a bit of a long video, and I'm going to apologize for that. For those of you who make it all the way through to the end, you rock. Thank you for that, for even putting that much time into watching my videos, because it's going to be a bit of a long one. So, but thank you for anybody who, however much time you put into this video, thank you so much for coming through. Me and Beatrix are going to go ahead and chill out now and get ready for our day. We got a couple of meetings we got to get to. So, all right, I want to wrap it up. You all take care. Love yourselves. Love your loved ones. Love your reptiles. And you all keep spreading those herbs.